Yo, what is going on YouTube? So one of the things that I do every year towards the end of the year is I go ahead and try to figure out how I'm going to play the next game. And for me at this point, the next game is actually going to be NCAA. And I realized not a lot of you guys that follow me, especially some of you guys that may be a bit younger, ever really played NCAA when it was comp back in the day, right? When there was competitive tournaments on NCAA. I mean, hell, we haven't had NCAA in how long, right? So I wanted to go ahead and start looking into schemes and stuff that, might not necessarily translate T to T, right? But they may not translate completely over to that game because we have no idea how that game's going to play. But one thing that is a staple in every single NCAA game, and it's a staple in college football in general, is quarterback runs. So I went through all the playbooks in Madden 24 and tried to figure out what I felt like was the best playbook in the entire game for a running quarterback. And there's a bunch of them that have speed options and power options and all that type of stuff, like Baltimore, for instance, Kansas City with the bunch tight end. All of those are based really on the terrible pursuit angle in this game, whereas you're not really looking to run with the quarterback. You're looking to, jurtle and pitch and stuff like that. But when it comes to running with the quarterback, the main thing you need is to be able to consistently pick up 2, 3, 4 yards, right? You need to have that short yardage option. You need to have the ability to, pick up long gains. Obviously, that's always there, but you need to be able to constantly run the ball and move the chains that way. So for those of you guys that did play back in the day, you'll know like Singleback Ace had a speed option in it that literally won me thousands upon thousands of dollars. Like it made my actual job borderline pointless back in, I don't even know what NCAA that was. I know it was when James Laurinaitis was with the Bucks and Malcolm Jenkins. So it tells you how long ago those players were in an NCAA Ohio State, football game. So with that being said, I went ahead and created a offense that is obscenely toxic. Like, this is not the way that anybody wants to play if you're playing defense, right? This is not fun for the defensive player, but it's pretty hysterical to be the guy on offense. I'll tell you that. Like, I've had a ton of fun over the last couple days just running this this gun ace slot quarterback power, and it dominates the meta, which is obviously key. Right? You can't run anything that doesn't dominate the meta. So it does really good against 4-3, even 6-1, and it does really good against Dollar. Dollar is hilarious because anytime they run Dollar, you're basically just pancaking people and running to daylight. Against 4-3, even 6-1, you're able to consistently pick up, 3, 4, 5 yards. And it just makes it to where they have to try so hard to stop it, and you just as a offensive player know that they can't, right? So as long as you don't, mix up passing in the wrong situation, or, you don't run the wrong direction or anything crazy like that, you can see, especially with this, Chad Powers card that is stupid in the game. I talked about it in my last video. It just makes this game, like, playing offense, it makes it fun. Like, I don't really know how else to really explain it. As you guys can see, like, there's not a lot of skill involved in this. Like, when I say that there is very limited skill involved in this scheme, and I will say I'm not playing, the Henrys of the world here, right? Like, these are, your normal head-to-head guys that you play. They generally know what they're doing. They'll run bunch strongs and, your dollars and 4-3 even 6-1s. And, every once in a while you'll get a guy that knows how to run big nickel over G or nickel normal. But for the most part, they're all essentially just, plug and play bots of, what they've seen on Twitch, what they watch on YouTube, things like that. You're not playing guys that are over here, adjusting every player on the field. So I do have a full scheme out of this. You've got good passing plays out of it. It is out of the balanced playbook. Not going to really focus too much on the passing plays because it's like post for those of you guys that have played for the last couple of years, post out of this formation is just basically set it and forget it. The runs, you have great runs. You've got a RPO, which is essentially like an inside zone. You do have an inside zone. You got a QB power. You've got a quick base, and quick base is hilariously good against 4-3, even 6-1. You've just got so many different options to run the ball and just be annoying. Like the best way I can explain this offense is you're really just trying to be an annoying little shit. Like that's the whole purpose of this offense, is to annoy the hell out of your opponent, and it works. Like it really works. This is definitely, like, you see these game clips. This is not optimized by any means. Like I've got the Chad Powers card, which is stupid, and like obviously no quarterback should have angry runs and tank and evasive and or a jukebox and all this type of stuff. But it's in MUT, so you might as well use it. And even if you don't have it, right, you can hop into regs with Lamar or Josh Allen or any of these quarterbacks that are mobile, and you're going to have a lot of success with it. The one thing I will say is, I mean, if you run this over and over again with a quarterback that doesn't have truz, you're probably going to fumble. So you do need one of those quarterbacks to optimize it, like to where you need it to be. But yeah, I will say it is just obscenely fun. If you guys want to see me drop all of the passing setups out of this scheme, definitely let me know. If you guys get me, say, 40 likes on this video, I'll go through and I'll make a full little mini ebook out of this playbook and then this formation specifically. Yeah, in this book you have gun ace slot, you have gun ace, both of which can be really good. You also have the single back wing slot, which everybody knows is really overpowered from a passing standpoint. You got some good runs out of there as well. You've got some options for sure. So with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. Get me 40 likes. I'll drop a full mini ebook on this scheme in my next video. And also for you guys that are not in the Discord, definitely get in there as we get into the NCAA and Madden 25 season. We're going to be dropping all sorts of content in both Discord, Madden Daily, here on YouTube, and also in the new school app that we are using for content moving forward as well. So with all that being said, guys, I will catch you in the next video.